If outer space is actually real, then how come every single video, picture, image is all computer generated? And they admit that. Even when they're like, we have a real video of Earth from outer space. In the fine print, it's like this is actually a conglomerate of a bunch of computer data compiled together and we made an image out of it. Was that actually an image, a raw photo of Earth? Or is it computer generated? They tell you in the fine print, and they always have, a lie in, it says lie right in the middle. I've never seen any proof of aliens existing, except for in Futurama. And Futurama is just predictive programming, with a bunch of hermaphrodites and people that don't have real genders, and then people flying around in outer space. But outer space doesn't even exist. So when Elon Musk is saying that we're gonna go to Uranus, you better be afraid. Anyways, you should listen to this guy. He's our god.
We found photos that will shock you. There is an opinion that photos of our planet are nothing more than Photoshop. Take a closer look at these photos. Doesn't anything seem strange? It is noticeable that some elements are repeated as if someone copied and pasted them. Duplicate locations are highlighted in squares. Now let's remember the fake photos from outer space. They show that the astronauts are in the pool. So what are they really hiding from us?
Crew of the exploded Challenger space shuttle still alive? On January 28, 1986, Space Shuttle Challenger broke apart 73 seconds after launch, supposedly killing all 7 crew members on board. Or that's what they told us. It appears that many of these people are still alive or seen years after the accident. Francis Richard Scobie, the commander, is now software engineer. Sharon Krista McAuliffe, teacher in space, is now law professor in Syracuse. Ronald McNair acts now as Carl McNair, brother of Ronald McNair. Ellison Onizuka, the first Japanese-American astronaut, has a look-alike brother named Claude. Astronaut Judith Resnick looks like Professor of Law Judith Resnick at Yale Law School. And this is Mike J. Smith, and this is Professor Mike J. Smith. What is the mathematical possibility for such coincidence?
So why do you think they faked the moon landing? The moon landing, that was 100% one of the biggest hoaxes that's ever been pulled on mankind. It just reinforces the narrative of the heliocentric model and the Big Bang and being here by accident. They've got to continue this narrative as new people are being born, and the visualization that the moon is this ball of rock in deep space. The general questions are out there. If Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon, didn't the camera crew get there first to film that? And who was left behind to film the space module taking off again? Because NASA come up with this explanation that there was a robotic arm attached to the module that actually came out and then filmed him taking his first steps, which is not true because the angle of which the footage was taken is away from the module. So what robotic arm can come out that is away from the module? And then if the camera was left behind on the moon filming the takeoff, how did the footage return to NASA? They know that it's untrue, but they still continue to lie. And the question would be, if all these millions or trillions of dollars are going into space programs, where did the money actually go? If people aren't leaving the planet, the lie is already being exposed. The question is, where is the money going to fund the lie?
So a lot of people have asked here, how about the other 5 moon landings? I mean, NASA went to the moon 6 times, right? So here they are. First was Apollo 12 in November 1969. Yep, the same year as the first. The astronauts were Charles Pete Conrad and Alan L. Bean. Is there footage? Yes, but limited. The official reason is that the camera was accidentally pointed at the sun and broke early in the mission. Yes, you heard that correctly. Next was Apollo 14, January 1971. The astronauts were Alan Shepard and Edgar Mitchell. There is footage. It's the one where Shepard found time to hit golf balls on the moon. Next was Apollo 15. Date, July 1971. The astronauts were David Scott, James Irwin, and Alfred Worden. And the footage? This was the first mission with that lunar rover. which we have covered in detail in a previous video. Then there was Apollo 16 in April 1972. The astronauts were John Young, Charles Duke, and Thomas Mattingly. And the footage? Oh, there's lots to go and look over. Jumping around, more moon driving, and so on. And finally, Apollo 17 in December 1972. The astronauts were Eugene Cernan and Harrison Schmitt. Again, there is an abundance of footage, such as this, convincing craft leaving the moon and other such events. And they destroyed the technology from these trips, and nobody has been there since. Now you have the info, you can go watch all this footage on YouTube and make your own mind up.
Why would you create something out in outer space that you have to constantly go out into a harsh environment and fix? Couldn't they have taken some notes from the Navy and how they build stuff? But what they do is when they say they're doing a spacewalk, they're doing drills underwater, and then they present drills as if they're real.
They're not actually in space for these missions. They're being portrayed as their space missions, but they're actually just in water.
Correct.